Good morning, my dear children. I hope all of you are fine. Today, we are going to start the subject corporate legal framework. Okay, so today we are going to have some introduction about the corporate legal framework. I think all of you have been studied this subject in degree also. So now let's have introduction about it. So let us know what is the relationship between the corporate legal framework and the business. So to run any business organization, with irrespective of its size, whether it is a big, medium, or small, it must fulfill some legal requirements. Any business, irrespective of its size, must fulfill some legal requirements. So it is mandatory because to protect our business from malpractices and from fraudulence. Okay, so because uh, market consists of full of malpractices, manipulations, and frauds, etc. So to protect business from all of these evil forces, it is very important to follow some legal rules and regulations. So following these legal rules and regulations will help to get support from the government from any pandemic situation. Okay, is followed by the government. So based on the country and based on their rules and regulations, any country will follow their rules and regulations. So our country is also following some business rules and regulations. So let us have an introduction about the corporate legal framework. So introduction to business law. Okay, so let us have an introduction about business. So we all know business is one which is done, or business is an activity which is done through profit motive, or any activity which is done to earn profits is called as a business. So it is an universal quotation which we all know about what is business. And law. So what is law? Law refers to the principles and regulations established by a government and applicable to people, whether in the form of legislation or of customs and policies recognized and enforced by judicial regulations. Law, in simple, nothing but the rules and regulations formed by the government which is applicable to the people to follow them. So, by following these rules and regulations, any problem can be solved by getting support from the government. So this is nothing but law. Law is nothing but a prescribed or a set of principles, rules, and regulations which explains what to do and what not to do, uh, what should be done before starting a business and after or while running a business, or to close a business, etc. All the business related issues will be done or must be done by taking some only. So doing a business by following the legal rules and regulations is nothing but a business law. In simple, business law means doing a business or starting a business and running a business or closing a business by completely following the legal principles and rules and regulations is nothing but business law. This particular business law explains about to follow or explains about some methods or some tips or how to follow or how to run a business legally without uh, having any risk of malpractices or manipulations or frauds which is happening in the society. Okay, this is nothing but business law. Okay, so next, so business law. So business law is also termed as in different names such as commercial law or mercantile law. So I think you all have awareness about the word mercantile law. So business law is also called as commercial law or mercantile law, and it is a branch of legal system which regulates business activity business activities. That means Business law is one of a branch of the law. Okay, if we take an example, law as a tree, the branch is business law. That means business law only focus on the activities of businesses only. It does not deals with the personal issues or the family problems or etc. Business law only deals with uh, uh, business related legal issues only, or business related legal activities. So we shall have see sorry we shall see a definition. So business law is that a portion of the legal system which guarantees an orderly conduct of business affairs and the settlement of legitimate disputes in just manner. That means, in simple, business law is one. It is a legal system which helps to settle the disputes, or settle the disputes in a legal way, and helps to run the business in a smooth way. Okay. And second definition, business law establishes a set of rules and regulations, prescribes conduct that enables us to avoid misunderstandings and injury in our business relationship. That means following business rules and regulations by business law helps to strengthen the business relationship between the partners, or between the clients, or between the companies also. So business following business law, or following the business rules and regulations legally, helps to strengthen the relationship in the business between the partners, or between the clients, or between the companies, or between the customer and the company also. So this is nothing but a business law which deals only with business related activities legally. It's nothing but business law. Next, sources of business law. So let's identify the sources of business law. Sources means the way, or from where this business law has been established. So let's have a look. The, the important sources of business law are as follows. So let's have a look. So business law has been emerged sources. So what are they? Legislation, custom, case law, natural law, and English law. So these are all the five sources of business law. So let's look on the first one, which is legislation. So what is legislation? Legislation is a common source of law. That means both parliament and state assemblies have enacted a number of legislations that cover various aspects of business. That means legislation is one of a common source, is one of the common source of a business law. That means both parliament and state assemblies means both the central and the state government has enacted number of rules and regulations for the to activate various aspects of the business. Okay, that is nothing but legislation. Legislation is a common source which have the legal points. Okay, so legal points that has been came from both the central and the state assemblies also. That is nothing but legislation. Number two, second one is custom. What is meant by custom? It's a substantial part of business law is customary, notwithstanding advances made in science and technology. That means the Indian Contract Act provides that nothing therein contains shall affect any usage of custom or trade. Similarly, it's a Negotiable Instruments Act provides that nothing therein contained shall affect any legal usage relating to instruments in an Oriental language. That means customs mean a set of rules shall be considered legally in business. That is nothing but custom. Okay. So many of the business customs or usages have already been adopted and legalized. That means many of the business rules and regulations have been legalized. So these customs helps to solve many problems, and helps as a case study for solving various problems related to business legally. That is nothing but custom. And the third source is case law. Case law. Case law is also popularly called as precedent by lawyers and is a judgment of a superior court including a point of principle and which necessitates in adoption in a subsequent case involving the same point. That means in simple, case law is useful and it helps the courts to render uniformity with regard to the interpretation of statutes or formulation of principles. Okay, that means case law is nothing but it takes various cases as an examples, or it takes multiple laws and which helps to solve many legal problems. Okay, that means, for example, there are many problems occur in business. There is a rule that minor cannot enter into a contract. If any minor enter into a contract, with the help of this case law, the judges will give the judgment by the judicial committee privacy. Sorry, by the judicial committee. Okay. Next one, natural law. Natural law is also called as natural justice also. Okay, natural law or natural law says that no man can be punished twice for the same crime in a guiding principle by any legislation. Similarly, this natural law demands that no individual can be dubbed guilty unless the charges are proved against him or her. That means nothing but natural law says that a person cannot be cannot be punished before knowing the truth and cannot be punished twice for a same crime. So by following this natural law, it, if we apply this natural law in our business law, this also says that if any manipulation or any fraud has been done in a business, proper interrogation should be taken and particular person who is liable for that particular problem should be punished. Okay, and this punishment should be in a proper legal way only. Okay, next. So for this natural law we can take many examples. Once there is a disputes in National Textile Unions Limited. National Textiles Union Limited was faced a dispute. The dispute raised before the Supreme Court involved the point whether or not the workers of a company have to be heard in proceedings relating to the winding up of the company. That means one company, particularly called as National Textiles Unions, has suddenly announced the winding up. So many people, workers in the plant or in the textiles, have filed a case on the company. So here, based on the natural law, here the judgment should be taken by having a proper interrogation, proper inquiry, and the liable person should be English law. So English law means our business laws are largely based on English acts applicable in England. That means we all know that our India has been under the control by the British people, which is called as by the England people. So here, when Britishers rule our country, they implemented their laws and their acts in our country, and our business, sorry, our legal system has taken some of the some of their business laws and taken their acts or their rules as a base for our legal rules. Okay, that means uh, we have taken our Indian law has taken England or English law or Britishers legal rules and regulations as a base to prepare our Indian legal system. Okay, so the base for our Indian law is English law, which is nothing but a British law. Okay, for example, Sale of Goods Act for insurance has been taken directly from the English Sale of Goods Act. Okay, we have a Sale of Goods Act. So the rules regulations are in the Sale of Goods Act has been taken from the England or the English Sale of Goods Act. It is not properly originated in India, that particular act, and this act has been taken from the other people, which is nothing but from the England or from the Britishers, which they called as English Sale of Goods Act. Okay, so Sale of Goods Act is not our Indians Act; it's a Britishers Act. So in this way, there are many acts which have been adopted. Next, so this is nothing but the introduction of business law. So any so once again, children, I will give a small brief. Business law is nothing but the rules and regulations which is prescribed legally by a government and which should be followed in any business activity is called as a business law, where the business law helps to provide support for the business and the businessman to face the frauds, misleadings, and manipulations in the market for any business. So, the main source of the business law came from five sources. There are legislation, customs, case law, natural law, and English law. So, this is nothing but the introduction of business law or corporate legal framework. I hope you all understood the topic, children. Thank you. Thank you very much.